guys, welcome back to my channel called Books and Bites. My name is Mohita and I make food and book related videos on this channel. And today is yet another book related video day in which I am so thrilled to talk about the most beautiful book of 2018 that I have come across so far, and that is Circe by Madeline Miller. Now I obviously say that this book is beautiful inside out. Let us start from the cover. See how pretty this cover is. Let us take a moment to admire the beauty of this absolutely gorgeous book cover. So Circe, I have seen this book floating around on BookTube for quite a while, and I know that almost entirely everybody here in the BookTube community has already read this book as soon as it got released in 2018, and with good reason. That is because Madeline Miller's previous book, The Song of Achilles, which I haven't read, bagged the award of Orange Prize for Fiction Award, I think somewhere in 2012, and therefore Circe was received with a lot of anticipation and excitement, and rightfully so, because once I finished reading this book, I realized that I have joined the bandwagon of the ultimate Circe fans. So for me, Circe has probably become the best book that I have read in 2018, and if not the best, it is definitely at least in the top 3. So let me give you a general idea of what the premise is about. So Circe is a retelling of the Greek mythology in which there is this Cold War going on between two of the major god dynasties, that is the Olympians and Titans, and Circe is born into the Titan dynasty. This book is entirely written from Circe's point of view. It is in the first person. Circe is born to the sun god Helios, and as a child she is weak, ugly, and really has no charm about her, and therefore is really dull among all the other bright siblings and cousins that she lives with. So she is loathed by her mother and pretty much neglected by her father. Amidst all this, one fine day she discovers that she has a power of witchcraft, wherein she makes potions and makes really wonderful things happen, and she ends up casting a dark spell, which is why she is banished, exiled into the island of Aeaea. Now, I personally have zero to no idea of what Greek mythology is about. I just know whatever Disney has taught me, and I might just have some knowledge about some names here and there. I know Zeus, Helios, Aphrodite, Sparta, and things like that. But really, it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about the Greek mythology, because that is not going to come in the way of you enjoying this book to the hilt. I think that if you have a certain background of Greek mythology while you read this book, you might be able to appreciate the nuances of the book more, but really it's not going to matter so much, because the book is so beautiful and so good that you are going to end up adoring this book anyway. I haven't read or heard a single bad thing about this book, and rightfully so, because this book has surpassed all my expectations. So let me begin by drawing your attention to the strongest points of this book, and that is Madeline Miller's exemplary writing. In the beginning of the book itself, you realize that this is going to be the kind of book that is theatrical, musical, larger than life, and everything is really outlandish and extreme. I wouldn't be surprised if they took this book and got it converted into a musical play, because that would make for such a beautiful musical play. So all the dialogues written in this book have sort of a rhythm to them. All the questions asked, the questions answered have a kind of ring and rhythm to each word, and it's just a little shy of turning into a beautiful song. In this book, Circe describes her life about being raised by gods and being raised under the judgment of her mother and indifference of her father. What surprised me is the portrayal of the gods in this book. Now, I do not know how much this portrayal coincides with the original Greek mythology, but in this book what I felt was that the gods sort of represented that layer of the society which is elite, which is power hungry, which has all power and control in their hands, and to exploit and manipulate the weak in the society who are dependent on them for their livelihood and their survival. Now, despite being gods, or probably because of it, you will see that all the feelings and emotions of this book are like always hitting the ceiling and are on a constant high. So everything from anger, jealousy, envy, wrath, everything is exemplified and outlandish and extreme. Because Circe is born into divinity, her lifespan is of hundreds of thousands of years. So we see the story progress in an uneven pace. So if in one chapter you are reading about an event that takes place over a week or over a month, in the next chapter you have suddenly jumped 50 years into the future. And that only contributes to this larger than life effect of this book. Now, out of everything that I loved in this book, and I loved everything in this book, my favorite part has to be where Circe, while on the island, while by herself, she discovers and deliberates upon and hones her power of witchcraft. The descriptions of how with every burnt finger, every spoiled herb, she finds her metal and she really puts all her passion and hard work into her craft. Now, why this part really appealed to me the most was because all of us, including you and including me, have definitely put in sincere and passionate effort into something, whether big or small. And watching that effort come to fruition and learning from your own mistakes and moving ahead and becoming like your own person is one of the most satisfying feelings in this whole entire world. And that feeling is captured so beautifully in that one part where Circe really starts understanding her own craft. Another strong point of Madeline Miller's writing is the description of nature, especially the descriptions of the island of Aeia where Circe is exiled. What I really found impressive about the description was that she hasn't described the island by its vastness or by the views of the sea or by the open skies. Instead, her descriptions lie in the attention to detail of the bumps of roots, the nectar of flowers, and that is so grounding and it really connects you to the island on a whole another level. The descriptions made me believe that Aeia only existed so that Circe would come there and find her own bearings. So now coming to Circe herself and to what her character is like, from a self-pitying, pathetic, weak person, she transforms into a much stronger and confident, and not only that, but she flourishes into an individual who values herself, who values others, who really starts understanding good from bad, and who becomes better at judging characters, and who transforms into this really loving, caring, and a genuine individual. And what really impressed me about this character development is that this change, this development, this progress in her character is not drastic, nor is it exponential. She still keeps making mistakes, she keeps falling down, but what really makes her so lovable is that she persists, keeps getting up, and keeps at her work no matter what. I was honestly surprised at myself that I love this book so much, because honestly, mythology is not my cup of tea, and I am not very fond of mythological stories, any kind of mythological stories, simply because they're just too absurd for my liking, and I cannot find the connection with either the characters or the plots. So when I read Circe and when I ended up loving this so much, I was actually wondering what made Circe so different. And it is probably because the voice of this book is so lyrical and beautiful, poetic, and also so philosophical that it actually makes this book also rereadable. It's something that if I read again, I might actually take away something new of value from this book. And that is why I think Madeline Miller's writing excels, because Circe is so maddeningly real. Despite its outlandish absurdities, it is so real and so relatable. The voice of this book is melodramatic, it's philosophical, and I found that I was getting pulled in more and more into the world, into the emotions, the feelings that Circe went through. Circe is a book that I will keep talking about to whoever that will listen to me, and I will keep recommending this book over and over again. So I think with that I will end my book review of Circe. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and obviously I am going to, do I even have to say that this book is a 5 out of 5 stars for me? Anyway, if you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, and the usual, subscribe to my channel. Also, please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle goes by the same name, Curls Books and Bites, as my YouTube channel. I will also give the link of my Instagram channel down below in the description box. Now, apart from this, please do suggest me in the comments below what you would like to see me do in terms of book related videos with reviews and book discussions or wrap-ups, or do recommend some other books that I could pick up this month, next month, this year. Until next time, bye.